Over the past 4 years, the Department of Justice has achieved success in fulfillment of its mission through initiatives, projects, and operations. A major focus has been to combat violent crime. In 2020, the department launched Operation Legend to address significantly higher levels of crime by deploying federal agents from the FBI, ATF, DEA, and U.S. Marshals to assist local law enforcement.
So we're going to launch Operation Legend in Kansas City.
For now, we're including beyond Kansas City, as the president said, Chicago and Albuquerque.
And today we announced that Operation Legend has come to Cleveland.
Today we announced that Operation Legend has come to Memphis.
I am here to announce an initiative for the city of Indianapolis, Operation Legend.
In just a couple of months, we've had over 5,500 arrests nationwide, and 1,100 of those have been charged federally.
A year prior in Memphis, a nationwide initiative called Project Guardian was announced to reduce gun violence and enforce federal firearms laws across the country.
And the idea is to use our existing gun laws to incapacitate the most dangerous violent offenders.
In fiscal year 2020, over 14,200 defendants were charged with gun-related crimes, including over 500 domestic violence-related firearms cases, a department priority since Attorney General Barr created the first ever domestic violence working group in 2019. Another specific focus has been to target MS-13.
When I came into the department as Attorney General, the President made it clear that one of his top priorities to reduce violent crime in the United States was to destroy MS-13 in the United States.
Since 2016, the department had prosecuted approximately 749 MS-13 gang members. More than 500 of them were convicted, including 37 receiving life sentences. The Department of Justice has also worked to disrupt and deter the national security threats posed by the People's Republic of China.
I am announcing that I have ordered the creation of a China initiative led by Assistant Attorney General John Demers.
The department reiterated the threat at its China Initiative conference. The Attorney General, the Director of the FBI, and the Assistant Attorney General for National Security all addressed the conference.
The greatest long-term threat to our nation's information and intellectual property and to our economic vitality is the counterintelligence and economic espionage threat from China.
And last week, the FBI Director, Chris Wray, described how the CCP pursues its ambitions through the nefarious and even illegal conduct, including industrial espionage, theft, extortion, cyber attacks, and malign influence activities.
A former General Electric engineer was charged with economic espionage and theft of General Electric's trade secrets. A former CIA case officer was sentenced to 19 years in prison for conspiring to communicate, deliver, and transmit national defense information to China. 8 individuals were charged with allegedly conducting an extra-legal repatriation effort known as Operation Fox Hunt. The former chair of Harvard University's Chemistry and Chemical Biology Department was indicted on charges of making false statements regarding his participation in China's Thousand Talents program. The department indicted 2 Chinese hackers working with the Ministry of State Security and charged them with a global computer intrusion campaign targeting intellectual property and confidential business information, including COVID-19 research. The Civil Rights Division has worked to protect the rights of Americans, including religious liberties. Since 2018, under the Place to Worship initiative, 100% more religious land use cases and briefs were brought, and 60% more full investigations compared to any 2-year period of the prior decade. These cases involved Jews, Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, Native Americans, and Hindus. During COVID-19 pandemic, the division filed 11 amicus briefs and statements of interest addressing excessive restrictions on fundamental rights. From January 2017 to the present, the Department of Justice has charged more than 90 defendants for committing crimes motivated by hate.
Welcome to the Department of Justice's Summit on Combating Human Trafficking.
The Department of Justice has also been active in Indian country.
I've always been mindful that it's the responsibility of the Attorney General to serve all the people of the United States in every state and in every community.
A presidential task force called Operation Lady Justice was announced and was empowered to review Indian country cold cases, strengthen law enforcement protocols, and work with tribes to improve investigations, information sharing, and a more seamless response to missing persons investigations. Grants totaling $130 million were awarded to improve public safety, address violence against women, and provide victim services for American Indian and Alaska Native people. In September of 2020, Attorney General Barr announced grants investing more than $295 million.
Over $296 million throughout the country for tribal grants.
The Department of Justice has worked to confront elder fraud, and in March 2020, announced the largest coordinated sweep of elder fraud cases in history. Prosecutors charged more than 400 defendants. The department also launched a landmark Money Mule initiative targeting those that assist fraud schemes by forwarding proceeds to foreign-based perpetrators. The initiative led to halting the conduct of approximately 400 money mules in 2018, 600 in 2019, and a staggering 2,300 money mules in 2020. The Department of Justice has also sought to address challenges online. The department unveiled proposed Section 230 legislation to deal with unlawful censorship or facilitation of criminal activity. The Justice Department also sued monopolist Google for violating antitrust laws in an effort to restore competition in search and search advertising markets. These and many other efforts represent the ongoing mission of the Department of Justice.